Morning children. Today we will start history lesson number 7, science and technology. In this chapter we shall study India's achievements in the areas of science and technology, and also we are going to learn about important institutions in the areas of science and technology and their contribution, means what they have done for, means how they are related to our normal life, why it is necessary to do the scientific research, how it will help to us in our own life, how it foster our own life. So what achievement we have done, let us see from Indian Atomic Energy Commission. India's first Prime Minister Pandit Jawaharlal Nehru wanted to nurture a scientific temper, nurture to cultivate, okay, to take care of that type of attitude, scientific temper, and bring about the nation's progress. Yes, obviously, if we focus on the scientific things, if we can develop ourselves with the help of science. From this perspective, he set up the Indian Atomic Energy Commission on 10th August 1940. Underline this one. So he has we know that until this lesson we have searched if India wants to do something, what they do, they first do the founder the commission, then they took the recommendation and then they follow that. Same happen here also. Can you see the picture over there? The picture is of Homi Bhabha, Dr. Homi Bhabha. Dr. Homi Bhabha was appointed as the first chairman of the commission. Underline that. The objective of the commission, aim or motive of that commission, were to produce electricity from atomic energy, increase the yield of food grains, and make them last longer. See, it was nice, because why it might be came into their mind, because we were having a lot of population, and that's why to fulfill the needs of all this population we need the increase in the yield, and that's why there one of the aim was there, increase the yield of food grains. Okay, that was also the objective, produce more electricity, okay, and make them last longer, make them food grains last longer, means durability of that grain should be a great one. Set up the technology for achieving this and develop nanotechnology. Nanotechnology, we know that. In 1956, the Department of Atomic Energy set up Apsara, a nuclear reactor functioning on atomic energy. Underline the name of that reactor, Apsara. Year also. They started the thinking about the atomic energy. In 1969, an atomic power station was set up at Tarapur. We know that in that fifth 5-year plan we have seen that these stations they have started at Tarapur. A reactor search center was set up at Kalpakam in Tamil Nadu to successfully use thorium for generating atomic power. Means how they have first they were having the objective and later on they started the different stations to create the power. These stations names are important for the fill in the blanks. The role of reactors is important in developing atomic power. Factories manufacturing the heavy water needed for the generation of atomic power set up at Vadodara, Thalchar, Tuticorin, Kota, etc. So the water power generation, all these centers they have set up at these above places. These places are also important for the heavy water generation for the atomic power. An institution called Heavy Water Projects was set up to carry out research on manufacturing heavy water within the country. It was later renamed Heavy Water Board. Underline this. Heavy Water Board is nothing but was the project about the water and the power, atomic power. Let us see next one. Dhruva nuclear reactor. In 1985, a completely Indian made nuclear reactor called Dhruva was started at Thrombay near Mumbai. Underline. The Dhruva nuclear reactor uses uranium as fuel. At this center, 350 radioactive substances were produced. Do one thing, children, in this lesson. Make again table, just like I used to tell you. Put the years, the new different types of stations, maybe they have started the different centers, and for which thing, the name of that center, the year, and the which thing they have produced that. So it will be easy to understand by year wise. Okay, the Dhruva nuclear reactor uses uranium as fuel. At this center, 350 radioactive substances were produced. So how much power, we can guess the power of that project. They are used in industry, agriculture, and medicine. You might have studied about these substances in your science also, how it is useful in the agriculture department, in the farming and all, in the medicine department also. Nuclear Power Corporation of India, NPCIL. This company was set up in 1987. Very objective types of information is there in this lesson. It is full of, means line by line they have given the dates and the commissions, different types of schemes, projects or the centers. It is important to remember all this for the objective types of questions. And this company was set up for the electricity from atomic energy. The objective of the company is to master and develop the technology to generate safe, cheap, and environmentally profitable power and make the country self sufficient. Means we should not be depend for energy or any for onto other countries, and that's why that was the objective of this NPCIL. And so that's why we have learned this one also, nuclear test at Pokhran. Okay, India successfully performed her first nuclear test at Pokhran in Rajasthan on 18th May 1974 in consonance with the policy of using nuclear energy for peaceful purposes. And we have not done that test to harm anybody, but to get the energy, electricity for our own purposes, peaceful purposes, and for self sufficiency, means for the self dependence. The reason why India took this decision was China's nuclear capability and Pakistan's desperate efforts to acquire nuclear weapons with China's help. Okay, why we took this decision? Because the China and Pakistan, we know that we have learned how they are creating the problems and challenges in front of India. So it was, we have learned all this part in the political science and the internal challenges also. And so that's why it was threatful. If we don't have such a weapons, nuclear weapons with us, they might attack on us. So in the self defense we have done that. Dr. Homi Setna, the chairman of the Indian Atomic Energy Commission, and Dr. Raja Ramanna, director of Bhabha Atomic Research Center, played a major role in conducting this nuclear test. So these two names are important here. Means they were the pioneer in, they were the exponent in this field. Prime Minister Indira Gandhi took the decision of carrying out a nuclear explosion. Underline her name. Means in the, we have seen this one also in the last fifth lesson. In the last fifth lesson in the sector of science, research in the science, in the political science. Nuclear explosion. Pokhran was chosen on the basis of the required criteria for the location of the nuclear test, as it is not surrounded with the people or the residential people, and that's why that place was, and we know that city is deserted area. That's why it is selected. Far away from the human settlement and no ground water reserves, so it will not harm to the wildlife as well. And that was the reason, that was the criteria for to choose the Pokhran. Second nuclear test. On 11th May 1998, India carried out its second nuclear test to prove its nuclear preparedness. Means we were prepared. Three tests were done on this day. One of them was the hydrogen bomb. Prime Minister Atal Bihari Vajpayee assured that there would be no first use of nuclear weapons by India, but the USA imposed economic sanctions, economic permissions. Okay, they imposed, they said, they insisted on India immediately. Okay, means the sanctions were provided by America. Okay, let us see missile development. Okay, can you see the picture of Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam? Okay, Prithvi. Okay, names are important of the missiles and everything. In 1988, India successfully tested the missile Prithvi, and in 1989, the missile Agni. The entire world took note of India's program of developing nuclear missiles indigenously, individually. Okay, means without depending on anybody, without anyone's help, any other country's help, we have done that. Integrated Guided Missile Development Program, IGMDP, this may come for the long forms, was conceived by, means they keep in mind, conceived by and carried out under the leadership of Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam. Defense Research, DRDO, we know that they have undertook the task of building the missiles. Means IGMDP and DRDO. ISRO was also there further. Prithvi 1, a surface to surface ballistic missile was given to the army. See, each and every missile's quality features are different. Ability or the performance ability is different. And that's why we have searched or developed different missiles. Surface ballistic missile was given to the army. Prithvi 2 was given to the Air Force, and while Prithvi 3 was given to the Navy. Prithvi had the capacity to carry nuclear weapons of 500 to 1000 kg. Underline this kg. The carrying capacity is important for each and every missile. Prithvi could travel a distance of 150 to 300 km due to the nuclear ballistic missile. This distance also matter, children, because when we are attacking on the enemy, at that time distance also matter, the carrying capacity also matter. If it is lower capacity, then that much use will not be there. We have to go in front of enemy, and that's why this is important. Agni. In order that China and Pakistan get an idea of India's missile strength and India's borders remain secure, Agni 1 was tested. This military missile had a range of 700 km. Okay, means rather than Prithvi, it was a little bit developed. Later Agni 2 and Agni 3 were also produced. See, why it is just like the mobile, updates are there, the versions are there. In between the next version we get something new and advanced, isn't it? Same happens with the missiles, that we get the more capacity, more distance in those missiles. Akash and Nag missiles. In 1990, the missile Akash was developed to fire from land into air. This missile has a capacity to carry 720 kg explosive. Means they tried a little bit more, changes are there. So each and every missile, the air capacity, distance, is three things are important. At supersonic speed and a range of 30 kilometers, the missile Nag was made in order to destroy the tanks of enemy. underline the aim to destroy the tanks of enemy, the missile Nag. It is of the fire and forget type, means one time blast and that's it, everything is destroyed. India has militarily become secure due to the production of missiles. We were secure. Space research in 1961, Indian National Committee for Space Research NCSR launched India's first research rocket from Thumba Equatorial Launch Center in Thumba in the state of Kerala. And why we selected Thumba also, you know that it is near to the gravitation, it is the center point on whole world, means it is very near to the gravitational force. In 1969, I indigenously built rocket Rohini 75 was successfully launched. Individually we have done that. We built the rocket also and it was launched also. The next stage was the successful launch of the first Indian satellite Aryabhatta in 1975 with the help from the Soviet Union, means from Russia. We have made the satellite Aryabhatta, means they might have provided some things in between for that satellite, means might be they have provided the fund. This success proved that Indian scientists can indigenously build and launch a satellite. If we are making the satellites, missiles, rockets, it will be a threat into the mind of enemy also. They are also having this power, these missiles, this rocketry. How is it possible to win over them? So this threat was established in their mind. Indian scientists were confident that they could acquire the technology for sending a message from the Earth station to assess the working of a satellite. Means the communication was established from us. Now ISRO, Indian Space Research Organization. After the success of basic program in space, research and rocket related project, Indian Space Research Organization was established on 15th August 1969 in order to carry out further space research. The headquarters of ISRO at Bengaluru, means headquarters is at Bengaluru. The same motive was there, just like our DRDO. ISRO activated the space station at Sriharikota in Andhra Pradesh for launching our satellites in space. We know that now, you know that now with the help of satellites what we can do, how it will foster our progress, how it will give us the information of on the different planets, what is the situation over there, that we learn. Okay, how it is beneficial, how it will be beneficial for the human mankind, how it will affect for anything on us, that we will get the knowledge. Let us see. Bhaskar 1. India launched a remote sensing experimental satellite Bhaskar 1 from the Soviet Union in 1979. First experimental satellite it was, and it was 1979, in order to observe various things on the surface of the earth by remote sensing technology. It was the only study of the earth. This remote sensing technology would be useful for India's development by regarding water bodies, mineral deposits, and forecasting weather. And so that's why we get it is now the development is there in the weather forecast, and because of this satellite technology now we are learning through the all the internet. How is it possible? Because we have done the development in the satellite launching and all. Okay, the photographs taken with the help of this technology about the bowels of the earth, environment and forests were important. Another area in which the information from this satellite was useful was oceanography, is the study about the ocean. In 1981, Bhaskar 2 was launched from Soviet Union. Means with the help of Russia, we have launched these two satellite, Bhaskar 1, Bhaskar 2. Let us see Apple. What is Apple? Ariane passenger payload experiment. Payload means if you have read uh, Agni Pankha by Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam, they have cleared all these ideas in his autobiography. What is payload, what is rocket, how it is formed, and what is the necessity. Payload means nothing but, children, whatever the material is there to blast, that things are injected into that particular rocket, and that is called as payload in normal language. The first completely indigenously built satellite by ISRO in India, Apple, was launched. That was first satellite launched, means indigenously, without the help of Russia as well. Apple was launched with the help of Russia, Bhaskar 1, Bhaskar 2. Later on, Apple, which is indigenously. Here you might get wrong. Here you might do the mistake. You might pick as Bhaskar 1. No, that was with the help of Russia, indigenously Apple, and that we have launched in 1981. From the French Guiana, Apple was beneficial in the field of education. The objective of providing emergency telecommunication services was successful. Because of this Apple, we were able to get the we have studied that in the Dr. P.V. Narsingh Rao. In that era, we have established a lot of programs related to the, means, broadband connections, internet connections. We started at that time, if you remember. Later on, means in 1992, 93, in that period. Now, INSAT, Indian National Satellite. In August 1983, the satellite INSAT 1B was launched in space. These satellites, children, how they are helpful in our daily life. They provide us information about weather forecasting, different information on the planets. They gives us the connections for our communication system. Okay, and so that's why it helps us for the development of human life only. Because of this satellite, a major revolution came about in the areas of telecommunication, television, radio, weather forecasting, and space research in India. Satellite do these things only, but if more developed a satellite when we will launch, the more information we will able to get. It is different, isn't it? 3G is different, 4G is different, 5G is different. See why it is different? Because in that particular system, more development is there, and that's why it matters. Due to INSAT 207, Akashvani and radio station could be connected to each other. This mechanism was also useful for search and rescue of people caught in some disaster. See how it was also beneficial for the people's lives, like a shipwreck, ship disaster, if any ship is broken, or an airplane crash, for forecasting weather, to look for and follow cyclones or storms in the fields of telemedicine and educational institution. And so that's why, children, nowadays also we get the alert by the government. How? Because of the satellite information that this weather is coming, so they evacuate all the people from that place. They remove them, they keep them all into the safer places. And so we can we can prevent the further scenario, further the deaths and all the things which are not good for the human life. The telemedicine services enabled the population from remote areas to get advice and treatment from the expert doctors. Means by sitting here in the town also, I could be connected with the American doctor and can get the suggestion for my disease. That is possible because of the communication. Okay, and again it is connected with the satellite. Public primary health centers in villages have been connected with the super specialty hospitals through INSAT. So this is the vital important role of the INSAT in our daily life. Let us see technologically how we are progressed. A factory manufacturing railway engines Chittaranjan Locomotive Works was set up at Chittaranjan in Burdwan district in West Bengal. Underline that locomotive Chittaranjan. That name is important, children. And which district? West Bengal. That is important. Steam engines, electric engines, engines running on diesel were manufactured here. The first diesel engine was manufactured at a diesel locomotive works at Varanasi. Underline. First diesel engine, it was manufactured. Now it is technologically, how we assemble, how we do the technologically development. India started exporting railway engines to Sri Lanka, Bangladesh, Tanzania and Vietnam. Underline these countries' names, and that's why we have learnt when we got the foreign currency how it is related to the development. We have learned that. Okay, and with this technological progress it was able to get the foreign currency. So again it fostered to the development of the nation. Telex service, the Department of Telecommunications under the Ministry of Communications started the telex service in 1963 to transmit typed messages from one part of the country to another very rapidly. We can't imagine the life without the mobile and all these now, didn't we? So remember when the mobiles were not there, how it might be. Now we are telling to our brother when he went outside, bring that one, bring this one, bring that one, don't come now, don't come at that time, go there, do that one, do that one. We inform. So because of the communication, because of that small things, that we save our time. It saves our energy, it saves our money, it gives us more time to concentrate on real things, right? So it was telex, that was the first. Pager, telex, all these were there before the mobile phones and all. So it was the thing that we can send the messages, written messages, and it was started in Devanagari script in Delhi also in 1969. Means after 6 years that development happened. See, step by step the development happened, children. This service began to be used in different fields with the rise of internet after 1990. The significance of this service reduced. Significance means the importance because of the internet, obviously. Rather than if the quick service happens, no one uses that much letters as we were using in 1990, right? Nowadays we send the emails rather than that. Now we do the calls. Okay, so as it is developed. Satellite communication center. In order to establish satellite communication with the help of an artificial satellite, a domestic satellite communication earth station was established in 1967 at Jodhpur Tekra near Ahmedabad. Underline this one. This made it easy to train scientists and technicians in setting up and running an earth station within the country. Means our country only. It is obviously important, isn't it? It saves time. That if we are doing the things in our country only. In 1970, a center was established at RV near Pune. Underline that name, RV near Pune. Equipped means it is associated with all the things, equipped for international telecommunication service. Pin code. Now the pin code we uses for our letters, for our writings. That let us see about that pin codes. From 15th August 1972, the Post and Telegraph Department started the 6-digit pin code system in the country. The postal index code, pin code, was intended means was the motive, was the intention to bring efficiency in distributing the mail, to rectify the area, to rectify that country, to rectify district, a town. That's why in this system the country was divided into 9 regions. Underline that, 9 regions. The first digit of the pin code indicates, means if we are having 411019 is the pin code, right? So now they have fragmented this pin code just like that, means first 2 digit what, second to third. See, okay, the first digit of the pin code indicates the region, the second digit indicates the sub region, the third digit shows the main disbursement district, while the remaining 3 digits show the location, the local post. So if I took the 19, it will be the Pimpri Chinchwad area. Okay, so I know that specifically. Okay, show the location of the local post office. For Maharashtra, 40, 41, 42, 43, 44. So here in Pune it is 41 are the first 2 digits. In 1986 the speed post service was started to send postage rapidly. It is when they are distributing, when they are segregating all those posts, it is easy to segregate all that because of these codes, isn't it? So code matters a lot. Because of that, it happens if you put down the wrong pin code, it will reach out to another station, reach out to another post office. So it is important. Let us see that ISD calls and all that about the telephone service now. International Subscriber Dialing Telephone Service, ISD. In 1972, Overseas Communication Service was established in Mumbai for the management of international telecommunication service. Means they have established this ISD in Mumbai. Why? Let us see. In 1976, the International Subscriber Dialed Telephone Service was started to connect Mumbai and London directly on phone. Until this point, we were having the communication on a local level only, on a national level only. Now ISD system gives us the service to abroad as well. So if your relative is living in London, you was able to do this, all these ISD calls as well, international calls as well. In 1976, the International Subscriber Dialed Telephone Service they started, and you can connect with the another country as well. Alongside the telephone service, services like telex, teleprinter, radio images this started. In 1986, Videsh Sanchar Nigam Limited, you might have heard BSNL, VSNL, MTNL, all these at that time started. VSNL took a big leap, big development in this field because they have done this progress, they have invested. Before that, Mahanagar Telephone Nigam Limited, MTNL, was public sector company for giving telephone service in big cities. In 1990s, this VSNL held the distinction, means the difference of being the main internet service provider in India. We know that before the mobiles, means in the 90s, in that decade we were having only the landlines. Mobiles we were not using that much. Now today we are using, because only the BSNL, MTNL, all these companies were there only. Later on MTNL only was there, afterwards BSNL came. Okay, so only one main internet service provider was there. The contribution of Sam Pitroda in this field is significant. Underline that name, Sam Pitroda. Mobile on 22 22nd 22 August 1994, the mobile phone service started in India. But it was not children, that every doorstep availability was not there in those days also. It was for the richest people, they were using all these things. I think landline facility started in nearly 95, 96. It was been, means different schemes was brought by the BSNL, and through those BSNL's offers, the people started to get the landline connections. At this time, a mobile handset cost 45,000 and calling was 17 rupees per minute. It was a really high rate in those days. By 1990, many private companies came in this field. This made the service cheaper, and that's why if the competition is there, obviously the service will be, means the call rate and all these things, they lessen their rates to give the competitive price. And so let us see, this is interesting. Now BSNL, we have heard a lot about the BSNL. It was the only one and only company who gives us the doorstep facility of the broadband connections and all those landline phones and all. In 2000, the telecommunication department was restructured. The responsibility to make policy decisions was retained with the telecom department, and Bharat Sanchar Nigam Limited (BSNL) was established to actually provide the services to consumer directly, means along with the telephone service, cellular phone, internet, broadband services also made available. And in that decade, only in the beginning of this 2000, in that year, they have started. And the if you have observed the last, means if you ask your parents, they will also tell you, yes, in those period only we got the landline connections and all different schemes were there. Let us see now that ONGC, Oil and Natural Gas Commission. In 1956, the Oil and Natural Gas Commission was established to search for the deposits of mineral oil and natural gas and to increase their production. ONGC, long form is important, the year is important. After underline this name, Digboi in Assam, mineral oil deposits were found in Ankaleshwar area in Gujarat. Both of the names are important. Digboi is also important. Later, mineral oil and natural gas deposits were found in the Gulf of Khambat in Gujarat. How is it important? Because with the help of the oil deposits, we can also develop our transportation. With the help of this, all the industrial progress will happen. We can produce, we can create more, and if we are creating more, we are getting currency more. In 1974, the Oil and Natural Gas Commission started digging an oil well in Bombay High area with the help of Russian scientists by a drill ship called Sagar Samrat. Underline this one. Which area? Bombay High. From 1975, mineral oil and natural gas began to be extracted from there. They started there to extracting, to evacuating the oil. Later, more than 8,500 oil wells. See how many oil wells? 8,500 oil wells and 33 natural gas wells dug eventually in this area began to contribute 38% of the total mineral oil production in the country. Means that was the very much biggest depository we got at Mumbai High place, and made 40% of the country's demand of crude oil. So we got crude oil from this place. Let us see what was the development in the area of railway and technology. The technology adopted by railways has a big role in the history of modern India, because we know that railway is the cheapest way to transport so many people at a time from one place to another place. How it developed, how we started metros and all in the 21st century, what is the situations, let us see. In order to bring efficiency, accuracy in which sake, means in the timings, if something happens, then only how we will get alert, how we will be correct on a correct time. If we miss the time for the railways, all the transportation, it will not, means it will affect on the not the customers, mean the passengers, it will affect on the passengers. So accuracy should be there, and coordination in the reservation system in rail travel. So it becomes, now all the reservation it becomes computerized. So already we know how many people are going, how many people passengers are traveling through this, how many people are they are using. So if we know already, it will be beneficial for the people, for the management, for the government to attach to adjust all the things. So computerized reservation happens first of all. Okay, they started at the first time in Delhi in 1984. It is really amazing, children, that at such a earlier stage we have done this progress. Computerized reservation is not a joke, and we have started almost, means 35 years back we have done that. It's a nice thing, it's really proudy thing. With the help of, again, science, with the help of technological progress, it was possible, otherwise no. In the same year, means 1984 only, the metro was started in Kolkata. Underline. In this way, India has been making progress, means still it is carrying on, has been making in the fields of science and technology. New inventions, different searchings, new things, new developments, we are searching, new inventions have been made. India is an important 21st century nation which has always used technology for establishing peace in the world. Until this point, we haven't attacked on anybody at the first time. We attacked, but on self defense. We haven't attacked on anybody. That is the good quality of India. India is making all these advancements in order to be the foremost among nations in the 21st century. So along with these inventions, along with this scientific inventions, satellites, then rockets, missiles inventions, technological progress in the communication, in the oil mineral uses, excavations, we have got the different types of all these oil, natural gas we have extracted from the different places, and that's why we have developed. Okay, see, this type of whole information we can achieve only with the help of science and technological progress. How it is connected with our life, how it is, all these inventions, how it is connected with the human life, we have learnt in this chapter. Okay, in the next chapter we shall learn about the progress India has made in the fields of commerce and trade. In the 8th lesson we will see that. Okay, we will stop here, read the lesson. Thank you.